So my name's Shea Frederick. I'm a nerd here in Baltimore. That's a good thing. That is a really good thing, right? There's a nerd there. Anyway, I'm also the proud owner of a lovely Baltimore crack house. Go ahead. That's actually it right there. So probably thinking, how did you get a crack house? Why did this happen? No, it wasn't from a night of drinking and, you get home, pull out the receipts. Oh, I was at that bar. I was at that bar. Oh, I bought a crack house. No, I actually did this on purpose. So the reason why, let me just take this back. So I've been living in Baltimore for about 6 years now, and I always remember my first trip through the city. You see in the houses, zip by. There are these row houses, the windows are all boarded up. Some of them are even falling down. And that's always really struck with me. So, like I said, I'm a nerd. I'm a programmer. So the way I approach problems is I build websites and I build tools. I also, I work with the city a lot with their open data. For you that don't know, open data is when a city takes its private data and releases it publicly. So they did this not too long ago with vacant houses. So I took that, I built a website out of it, and I thought it was the greatest thing at the time. After a while, a couple of hackathons working on it, I started to wonder if it really made any difference at all, building a website for something. So decided I was just going to buy a crack house and see if I could fix it up and see what the process is like and maybe help other people do that. So Baltimore City, oh, there's the crack, by the way. This is all, all these pictures are actually from my house. So Baltimore City does have about 15,000 of these houses. They call about 5,000 of those actually suitable for rehab. And then of those, they put them into target neighborhoods, which they focus their energy on. So that's why I started looking. I started looking at these target neighborhoods. I found a house, and I got this thing that they call a right of entry form, which you fill out, and it lets you go into these houses, go into these vacant houses. Basically, a form that says you can't sue the city if you fall through the floor and break your legs or something. So, looked at a couple of houses, found one that looked good. Yeah, this was the good one. And filled out all the paperwork, and there was a lot of paperwork, and bought it. So, when you're tearing a house apart, you find things in it. I found a shotgun. It was sawed-off shotgun in the wall. I actually had the pleasure of meeting the owner of this gun just a couple weeks ago. He's actually a really nice guy. But these neighborhoods are full of great people, really. I know they're all boarded up. In this particular neighborhood that I'm in, every other house is boarded up. But the people that are in those other houses, they want to see their neighborhood get better. They don't have many other choices. And they really love working with everybody in the neighborhood. They help me out all the time. They're great. So these vacant houses, one of the first things to go in a house is the roof. Once the roof goes and it gets wet inside, the whole thing just kind of starts falling apart. So the longer these things stay vacant, the worse they're going to be, the harder they're going to be to rehab. So I spent an awful lot of time in this house after I purchased it, after the city gave it to me, going through, putting in new floor joists like this, repairing brick that rots away. It's a long process, but it's something that I actually found really enjoyable. And between meeting the people in the neighborhood, getting to have an investment that I put a lot of hard sweat equity into, and figuring out the whole process from filling out paperwork with the city to actually going through and putting in new floors, to dealing with subcontractors, what things require permits, what don't. It's been a great learning process. And hopefully in the end, it will pay off for me and this neighborhood will get better. I can already see it getting better. I have the design school just down the street from me, and that was part of the reason I chose this neighborhood. I have some artist housing being put in just down the street from me. Another reason I chose the neighborhood. And when you get to see the house go together like this, it starts becoming your own. It starts becoming a place you can live in. Right now, all the other houses in the neighborhood, they've been bought up by developers. And it's been a great process. And if anybody has any questions about this process, obviously there's a lot more than 5 minutes worth. Please feel free to contact me afterwards. We can talk about it. Thanks.